Senate will come to order. Mr. Carpenter, would you please call the roll?
Senators Aguilar, Baumgardner, Cook, Coram, Court, Crowder, Donovan,
Absent.
Finberg, Fields, Garcia, Gardner, Guzman,
Excused.
Hill,
Absent.
Holbert, John, Jones, Kagan, Kafalis, Kerr, Lambert, Lumberg, Marble, Martinez Humenick, Merrifield, Moreno, Neville, Priola, Scott, Smallwood, Sonnenberg, Tate,
Absent.
Todd, Williams, Zinzinger. Mr. President.
Here.
Donovan. Everyone else?
Morning roll call is 32 present, 2 absent, 1 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Coram, would you please lead us in the pledge?
Good morning, members and guests. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please add Senator Hill to the roll. Please add Senator Tate to the roll. Please add Senator Guzman to the roll. Approval of the journal, Senator Williams.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the reading of the journal for Wednesday, January the 11th, 2017 be dispensed with and the journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Seeing none, the motion is adopted. Senate Services.
Correctly printed. Senate Bill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50. Senate Joint Memorial 1, Senate Joint Resolution 1, 2, and 3, Senate Resolution 1 and 2. Correctly engrossed, Senate Resolution 1, Senate Joint Resolution 1, correctly revised, House Joint Resolution 1001 and 1002.
Consideration of resolutions. Mr. Carpenter, would you please read the title to Senate Joint Resolution 3?
Senate Joint Resolution 3 by Senators Holbert and Representative Buckner concerning the officers and employees of the first regular session of the 71st General Assembly.
Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of Senate Joint Resolution 3 regarding the officers and employees of the General Assembly.
The motion is for the adoption of Senate Joint Resolution 3. Are there any no votes? Seeing none, the vote is 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused. The motion is adopted. Co-sponsors. Mr. Carpenter, would you please read the title of Senate Resolution 2?
Senate Resolution 2 by Senators Holbert concerning the appointment of officers and employees for the Senate convened in the first regular session of the 71st General Assembly.
Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of Senate Resolution 2 regarding the officers and employees of the Senate.
The motion is for the adoption of Senate Resolution 2. Are there any no votes? Seeing none, the vote is 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, and the motion is adopted. Co-sponsors. Would all the staff, based on that, Senator Holbert, thank you. Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate stand in recess for the purpose of swearing in the staff.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will stand in a brief recess while we swear in our staff. Would all the staff now please come down into the well, please? All the staff to be sworn in. Are we all here? Do we know? Huh?
Effie, I got a couple of guys.
We've got time.
You got time?
We got time. We are waiting on just a couple more folks, so relax.
It sounds like my leadership with me. Every time they call me, I don't answer. Maybe they'll do the same thing.
Now the gang's all here. What a good-looking crew. Would you all please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Colorado, and faithfully perform the duties of the office to which I was appointed to the best of my abilities. Congratulations, and thank you all very much. Turn around and face the Senate, please. All the staff, please. And congratulate our folks that are the oil in our very delicate machinery here. Thank you for making this place run. Do that right after I come. Senate will come back to order. Mr. Carpenter, please read committee appointments.
January 11, 2017, Mr. Mike Maurer, Executive Director. Dear Mr. Maurer, pursuant to CRS 23901, I hereby appoint Senator Jack Tate and Senator Beth Martinez-Humanic to the Statutory Revision Committee. These appointments are effective immediately. Sincerely, Kevin J. Grantham, Senate President, Colorado Senate.
Announcements. Senator Todd.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. And I have to, before I make this announcement, I have to share with you my husband's comment yesterday that he had such a hard time recognizing the president without his cowboy hat. And so I'm just wondering if that's going to be a tire that we just don't see anymore, if this is a new image, but I thought that was kind of an interesting observation.
No comment.
And now on to a reminder. Today is the Women's Caucus, Legislative Caucus reception, and it's at 4 o'clock, from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock at the Warwick Hotel. Men.
Colleagues, if we could just give just a little bit of attention, please, to the senator in the well. Senator Todd.
Thank you, Mr. President. And men and women, all legislators are welcome. This is an important time for us to socialize and also recognize that Colorado is one of the top states in the nation for women legislators. But we certainly would welcome all of you to come and join us again at the Warwick from 4 to 6 tonight. Put it on your calendars, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Senator Baumgartner.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, it's that time of the year again. I think the announcement was made yesterday in case you didn't hear it. National Western Stock Show's back in town. Senator Sonnenberg, myself, Senator Donovan will be taking money up, and Senator Coram this year will be taking up money for the National Western. That sale is next Friday. Please give till it hurts. This money goes to those kids' education. So please give what? You can use campaign funds. If you have business account checks, whatever you want to write it out of, personal accounts, whatever. Yes.
Senator Baumgartner.
Thank you. And also, let's not forget the Colorado Mining Association reception this evening down at the Mound Palace, 5 o'clock.
Senator Court.
Thank you, Mr. President. When we were in the House, I always like to remind everybody that one of the first contributions to the stock show came from this Denver urban girl. So to whom shall I give my $20? Thank you.
Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, we will adjourn in the Senate this morning and head over to the House for the joint session. That is scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. To receive the State of the State address from the governor. There will be a chair next to your counterpart in the House, so please make your way there and find your chair before the joint session starts. Please do remember that interns, aides, staff, friends, family who might be with you today, there's very likely not going to be room on the House floor for them, and ask you please direct those folks to the gallery. Remember that tomorrow morning we will convene at 8 a.m. We'll do a brief amount of business as we've done here this morning, and then we will adjourn to attend the strongly encouraged. I was reminded yesterday that we can't actually require you to be there, but we will take roll, and we would very much expect you to be there because those of us in leadership do have control over your budgets for aides and the support that you have, and we can make other decisions there. But yes, and the Assistant Majority Leader is reminding me, the Chair also of State Affairs, that he has a long list of bills there, and he might have a bias there as well. So
I heard burritos work too.
we will leave here the Senate chamber and move over to room 271. That, of course, is over between the elevators, and we will take roll, so please be there. And for any staff who has not attended that meeting before, we also need you to be there. I believe that there might be another announcement, so I will not.
Senator Lambert.
Good morning, colleagues. On your desks this morning, you found this big volume here, appropriations report. This is basically all the authorized spending within the budget and outside of the budget on some of the other bills that we passed last year, but it's under the current fiscal year, which will end on the 30th of June. The Budget Committee will be considering amendments to this called supplementals. We've already had 3 departments that we reviewed yesterday. Throughout January, we'll be having other decisions and votes on that. But this is the appropriations report, and I told you that story to tell you this one. If you see this little one, this is the summary of what's in there. So this is very handy to taking to your town halls. If somebody says, how much are we spending on education, it's in there, and they got little summaries of each department. So you'll probably want to be able to stick that in your pocket or your purse and take that to the town halls, and you can actually pull out real numbers if somebody asks you a question. What you don't have yet is, those are blue covered because they're last year. I'm sorry, red covered here. I guess that's red, crimson or whatever it is. There's going to be a blue one probably starting on Tuesday, or well, maybe before the end of this week. But we will be starting to brief joint committees on all of the departments that your joint committees have purview over. So you'll be getting the blue book. This is not last year's budget. This is what the governor and the departments have asked for the 17-18 budget. Okay, so when you get this, that's going to be something you'll want to take to each one of the joint meetings with the Joint Budget Committee starting next week. So when you get this, you might want to, take a look at it and see what your committees are responsible for. I think you'll find it informative, and if you have any questions, our Joint Budget Committee members and our House members from the Joint Budget Committee will be there to brief you through each one of the departments that you're responsible for. So I'll remind you, starting next week, to take these books with you to those meetings. Thank you very much, colleagues.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. Majority Leader Holbert. Any other announcements? Good question. Senator Newell? No. Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate adjourn to Senatorial 5. Do we need to read any bills over this afternoon? We're okay? Okay. I just want to make sure.
Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate adjourn until 8 a.m. Friday, January 13th.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The Senate is adjourned to 8 a.m. Friday, January 13th.